Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Detutu. This is your first time here. Today, as you can tell from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about the German work visa. And I'm going to be focused on two categories of people who can apply for this visa. That is, people who are applying from their home countries, people who are already in Germany, for example, international students who are in Germany and would like to apply for a work visa. So I'm going to be talking from these two points of view, right? So firstly, I'll talk about the German work visa, the types and the duration. I'll also talk about who can apply for a German work visa, what are the requirements of a German work visa. I'll also talk about how to apply from your home country. I think this is something that'll be interesting to people who may have gotten a job offer from their home country. And lastly, I'll talk about the German work visa from a student perspective in terms of how to change your post-study visa to a German work visa. But before we begin, have you subscribed to my channel? Please click the subscribe button below and put on the notification bell so that every single time I post a video, you'll be the first to know. The German work visa allows any individual to work in Germany. No extraordinary skill is required so far you qualify for the job. Since March 2020, there has been a change in the German law that requires the confirmation that a German cannot fill the role that you are being considered for. I think this is a plus for anyone who wants to apply to a job, to any job actually, in Germany. However, the Federal Employment Agency still needs to verify the conditions of the job. So you might need to fill out a form that looks like this, that would then be sent to the Agentur for Arbeit, who then confirms like the condition for the job and then would process your visa once you've submitted the required documents. Check out my video about the 5 ways to migrate to Germany. I'm going to link it up here. And this is me talking in the video as well. Yeah, so please do check that out. It has all the information about how to migrate to Germany if that is something you're considering. Okay, now there are different types of the German work visa. I'm particularly going to talk about 4 of them. There's a high-skilled visa, high-skilled work visa, which is the type of visa you would apply for if you're highly skilled or highly experienced in a particular field. This is going to be the kind of visa that someone who is maybe a manager or researchers with a specific knowledge or specialist, for example. There's also the work visa for freelancers. I think that's self-explanatory. Then there is a general work permit, which is the general one that most people have. This is the type of visa you apply for when you have found a job. No extraordinary skills are needed for this type of visa. So far you have the job, you qualify for the job, you can get the visa, and you submit the right documents, you would get the visa. And lastly, the 4th one is the EU Blue Card. I have a detailed video about what the EU Blue Card is about. You can check that here as well if you want to have more information about that. Let's talk about the 2 main differences between the EU Blue Card and the general work visa. For the holders of the EU Blue Card, after 2 years of working with an employer, you can change your employer at will without having to inform the immigration office about this change. However, with a general work visa, every time you change your job, you always have to inform the foreigners office, who will then change your visa to align with your new employer. Once you get the settlement visa, which is also the permanent residence permit, you do not have to do this anymore, because then you have the free will to change employers as you wish. For holders of the blue card, you can live outside Germany for up to 12 months. This is not the case for people who hold the general work visa, because for this set of people, you can only live outside Germany for up to 6 months, after which your residence permit is going to expire. But in the case of a special situation where you might be staying outside Germany for longer than 6 months, then it's advisable for you to have a conversation with the immigration office, who will then do the necessary things that needs to be done so that your residence permit does not expire. Please put this at the back of your mind. Okay, work visa is issued for a maximum of 4 years. If your international passport expires before the 4-year maximum, you'll be provided with a visa till the expiration of your international passport. So for example, if you get a job in 2020 and your passport expires in 2023, even though they're supposed to give you a work visa that's going to expire in the next 4 years, they are going to give you a work visa that's going to expire in 2023, probably, I don't know, December of 2023. I don't know if you get the point, right? So that does not mean that you are not getting the required duration. It's just that your international passport is not giving you that opportunity to get the maximum number of years. If you're a national of any of the listed countries here, you do not need to apply for a German work visa. But if your country is not listed here, then you have to apply for a work visa at the German consulate or embassy in your country or in a neighboring country closest to you. You should apply for a German work visa if you satisfy any of the 3 conditions I'm about to mention. The first one is if there is a shortage of skilled workers in the profession you want to practice in Germany. The second one is if you have a concrete job offer, like you've been offered a job from a German company. And thirdly, your education is recognized as being equivalent to a German degree. The application process is actually quite easy, and it's a little bit similar for students as well as people who are applying from their home country. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the requirements for people who are going to be applying from their home country, assuming that you have gotten a job. So firstly, you need to get a job offer, which is what I just said. You need to get a job offer to be able to apply for a German work visa, whatever type of work visa it is. If you want to apply for an EU blue card, you need to have a job. If you want to apply for the general work visa, you need to get a job offer. Even if you want to be a freelancer, you need to have a company or a business that is already established that you want to do as a job, right? So you need to have a job offer, pretty much. So far you have a job offer and you submit all the required documents as listed on the website, you would most likely receive your visa. I would also like to add that you do not need German to apply for a German work visa. There are a lot of opportunities here in Germany that do not require you to speak German fluently. However, I would still say that it will be helpful to learn German at least up until A2 before relocating to Germany or coming to Germany to work, because that kind of gives you the basic knowledge of the language and you can have easy conversation with people, you know. So that's, I also like to request that you please like this video if you found it helpful, and also share it with your friends and family who you feel would also find this useful. This is going to help me with visibility on YouTube, and I'll really and greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Now moving on to the second section of this video, in which I'll be talking about how a student can change their visas to a work visa, that is changing their post-study visa to a work visa. I have a video about the post-study visa already on my channel. Check it out here as well. The post-study visa is an 18-month visa that allows you to work to sustain yourself till you find a job. Students are not required to work in the field in which they studied. It's no longer a requirement that if you studied I don't know, engineering, you have to work in engineering. You don't have to. If you find a job and you're qualified for this job, it might not be what you studied, but if you have the technical know-how of how to perform this job, you can apply or you can get a work visa for the said job. Okay. And also because now there is no competition with Germans that, okay, we have to first check if one of our own can fill this job before we consider foreigners. This is not the case anymore. Germany is currently experiencing shortage of labor and they need more people to move to their country to work in different sectors. So that being said, there are a couple of things that you also need to add to your application. That is, the first one would be the certificates from your university and also an exmatriculation certificate. Now let's talk about the processing time for visa application. It may take from 1 to 3 months. I know mine took more than 3 months because there's this new excuse now that the immigration office always gives that, oh, because of corona. And corona has technically, it's still here, okay, but it's not as it was in 2020 or 2021. So I really do not understand why these days everybody's excuse now for delaying stuff or delaying processes is because of COVID. Anyway, it might take longer than 3 months, so it's always best to let your employer know this. Some employers might be lenient enough to keep the job on hold for you till you're able to process your whole immigration situation. Okay, this is the end of my video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. If you have a specific video request as well, let me know in the comment section below and I'll be sure to make a video about it. Thank you very much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye. And this is not the case for people who hold, this is not the case, Yoruba. This is not the case for people who hold why is today a little bit difficult? Today is not difficult in Jesus' name. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. So this is a plus for anyone who... Okay.